President Harris is there to make sure we do this the right way.
Well, Joe Biden has gone and promoted his second in charge yet again. The president has had a brain slip again by referring to his vice president as President Kamala Harris while speaking at the White House's Stanley Cup celebration. While the mistaken promotion could be considered a harmless mix-up, Joe Biden has done this at least 6 times now. It begs the question over whether these blunders are examples of his dwindling age or if he's gearing up to enact the 25th Amendment to instate his VP to the top job. Every gaffe and public mistake is even more so under the microscope now, as Joe Biden is less than 1 year away from facing the 2024 presidential election, where he will either be elected another 4 years or be a one-term president. Let's go through some of the moments President Biden has mixed up his VP's role. In January this year, while discussing new policies for the US-Mexico border, Joe Biden referred to his administration's border czar as President Harris.
Won't that be fun? I'm not being facetious. Well, President Harris led this effort.
In October last year, Joe Biden referred to his understudy as the president while wishing the VP a happy birthday.
I know well, celebrating Diwali about a few days ago, it was also Kamala's birthday. She turned 30. And happy birthday, great president. We know your mom's always with you. Yes. All the time.
In January last year, he made the blunder yet again.
Last week, President Harris and I stood in the United States Capitol.
While speaking at South Carolina State University in December 2021, Joe Biden did the same thing.
But all kidding aside, of course, President Harris is a proud Howard alum.
In March last year, however, the vice president was rebranded as the president's wife when Joe Biden accidentally called Kamala Harris the First Lady.
Look at, I was going to say, look at this stage, but that's enough too. Look at the stage. But there's been a little change in the arrangement of who's on the stage because of the First Lady's husband contracting COVID. But look at this room and what you see. Pardon? That's right. She's fine. It's me. That's not together. The second lady, the first gentleman. How about that?
And of course, Joe Biden's latest public blunder had social media scolding the president on X, formerly known as Twitter. One person wrote, "Oh boy, we in trouble." Another wrote, "How many times is this now? He doesn't even know who is president." One person simply wrote, "Good grief," and "senile," "pathetic, not my president." Finally, "worse today than yesterday, but not as bad as tomorrow will be." Now, Joe Biden's latest public blunder certainly isn't one of his worst, but the ongoing pattern feeds into voter concerns. A recent CNN poll found 74% of voters believe Joe Biden doesn't have the stamina and sharpness to be the president. And while CNN has been more in favour of the Democratic leader, even panellist and former Obama advisor David Axelrod told the network this week, in front of the camera, what he's projecting is causing people's concerns, and that is worrisome. Joe Biden's title mix-ups aren't exclusive to just the vice president. He has made several big blunders on the world stage. In October last year, President Biden mispronounced Rishi Sunak's name and then in June referred to his title as president.
Whether it's the United Kingdom or just today, we've got news that Rishi Sunak is now the Prime Minister. As my brother would say, go figure. Well, Mr. President, I just demoted you, Mr. Prime Minister. It's great to have you back.
Who could forget 2 years ago in September 2021 when Joe Biden appeared to forget the name of former Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison at an AUKUS event?
Thank you, Boris. And I want to thank that fellow down under. Thank you very much, pal. Appreciate it, Mr. Prime Minister.
Last month, this clip went viral of Joe Biden attempting to pronounce LL Cool J's name.
And two of the great artists of our time representing the groundbreaking legacy of hip-hop in America, LL Cool J. By the way, that man's got biceps bigger than my thighs. I think he's...
In August, President Biden was speaking about the deadly wildfires in Hawaii when he appeared to have forgotten the name of the island of Maui.
The Army helicopters help fire suppression and efforts on the Big Island because there's still some burning on the Big Island, not the one where you see on television all the time.
In September last year, the president suffered one of his worst gaffes when speaking at a conference on hunger in the United States. While thanking lawmakers who had helped on the event, he looked around the room for former Congresswoman Jackie Walorski, who had actually tragically died the month before, a fact of which the president seemed to have forgotten.
Because I believe we can use these advances to do even more to make America stronger and a healthier nation. And so many of you know so much about this as well, and you're committed. And I want to thank all of you here for including bipartisan elected officials like Representative Governor, Senator Braun, Senator Booker, Representative Jackie. Are you here? Where's Jackie? I didn't think she was going to be here, to help make this a reality.